Well, you can't win them all. What's going on, everybody? Spunky 991 coming, guys, another video. Coming at you guys for my Eagles Broncos post-game recap. So the Denver Broncos coming to Philadelphia, and they hand the Philadelphia Eagles their first loss of the 2025 NFL season. The Broncos defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 21-17. Yeah, you can't win them all. You can't win them all. I don't really know too many Bronco fans here on YouTube. One guy, I believe his name is Bronknuts. I know any Bronco fans that do come onto this video, I'm just gonna say congratulations to you guys. I don't have no hate towards the Broncos at all. Never had an issue with the Broncos. Best of luck to you guys the rest of the way. I'm actually pulling for you guys in the AFC West, you know, because I would like to see somebody other than the damn Chiefs win that division. So, yeah, to all the Bronco fans out there, congratulations to you guys. You guys, that fourth quarter, you had a big fourth quarter, and you guys got the win. So, congratulations to you guys. Best of luck to the Broncos and the Broncos fans the rest of the way. There's no on this side. There's no hate at all for the Broncos. Never had an issue with the Denver Broncos. I'm more disappointed in my team because this was a game that the Eagles should not have lost. You know, they were up 17-3 in the fourth quarter, and they shot themselves in the foot. They no, there's no other way to put it. They absolutely shot themselves in the foot. I give the Broncos defense props. They have a damn good defense. Patrick Surtain is, in my opinion, the best corner in the game. On the Eagles, we have another one. We have another one of the best corners of the game, Quinyon Mitchell, and Quinyon played another very good game as well. But yeah, no, the multiple penalties just killed the Eagles in that second half. Like, they were hurting us throughout the game, but that second half, they were really hurting us. And you just can't commit penalties like that against a very solid team like the Broncos. Like, the Broncos are not scrubs. They are not scrubs whatsoever. That's why I said this going to be a close game. I'm not sleeping on Denver. Denver is a team that is definitely on the rise. And people need to keep an eye on Denver. They're definitely on the rise. I think Bo Nix is one of the he is one of the up and coming young quarterbacks in the game. Nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. You know, so I came to this game like, yeah, this very well could be the first loss for the Eagles this season, and ultimately that's what it turned out to be. So I'm disappointed as an Eagles fan because you never want I don't like to lose. You don't like losing, but you gotta put it in perspective. You went up against a pretty solid team with a pretty good defense, and the Eagles deserve to lose this game because they made big mistakes that they should not have been making in this game. And those mistakes, you may get away with it every now and then, but eventually those mistakes can cost you. And in this game, that's exactly what they did. So it is what it is, man. After this recap video here, after I'm finished with this recap video, the Eagles got a short week. We got the New York Giants Nets on Thursday night. So yeah, we got the NFC East game rivalry, obviously, New York Giants on Thursday night. So that's immediately where my attention goes after this. Disappointed, like I said, but it is what it is. This puts to bed any undefeated nonsense, which, like I said, I knew the Eagles weren't going undefeated. That was not going to happen. So this obviously officially puts all that to rest, and now the Eagles can learn from the mistakes they made in this game, and then they can move forward and get ready for on a short week, get ready for the Giants on Thursday night. But to go over the numbers in this game, like the offense in the first half, the offense, like the passing game was very, very solid in the first half. It truly was. We only put up 10 points in the first half, but the defense was balling, and we went to halftime 10-3, and then we came back out in the second half. The first drive of the second half, touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts, deep pass to Saquon Barkley. Eagles up 17-3. They wouldn't score again after that. But that was definitely a positive to see how the passing game was looking early in this game. but then it just absolutely sputtered. There was a deep play downfield where like Jalen Hurts had a wide open AJ Brown. And I'm not putting that blame on Jalen Hurts. That blame right there was on AJ Brown. He stopped on the route. If he would have just stayed on that route, that would have been a wide open touchdown deep downfield. And then there was another pass where Jalen Hurts had to improvise a little bit, and he went deep downfield. He had who was that? Trying to think. Jahan Dotson. That could have been a deep touchdown pass as well, but Jahan Dotson was not able to get to see where the ball was at, and it hit the ground. So the Eagles had their opportunities after that second half, after that only touchdown in the first half by them. They had their opportunities. They just didn't execute. Execution is what's important, and they failed to execute. There's no other way to put it. They failed to execute. The offense was looking very solid for the first half, and then, like I said, that first drive of the second half. But after that, it sputtered. And like I said, I give respect to the Broncos. They do have a very good defense. They have a young, talented defense, some playmakers on that defense, but the penalties, freaking Zach Bond got hit with a roughing the passer. There was a deep pass on fourth down that got called back. The Eagles went for it on fourth down. Deep pass completed to Devontae Smith, and then it got called back because of damn penalty. Like, penalties, just you gotta be disciplined. You have to be disciplined, and the Eagles were not disciplined. And like I said, we got a short week here. They better be ready Thursday night. The New York Giants lost today. They lost to the New Orleans Saints. The first win by Kellen Moore, the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Rattler, the quarterback of the Saints, get his first career win. So congratulations to the Saints on that one. But I'm not sleeping on the Giants. I don't sleep on nobody. I take every opponent very seriously, no matter what their record is. I don't sleep on anybody. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, this game against the Giants next week. Well, not next week, this Thursday night is a cakewalk, because it's not. But I will get into the Giants stuff later as the week progresses, of course. I'm just doing this recap video, and once this is up, my attention is on Thursday night. But like I said, I was happy with what I saw with the passing offense. Jalen Hurts and the offense were moving the ball very well against this Denver Broncos defense in that first half. Jalen Hurts had a very solid game overall. He was 23 for 38, 280 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Saquon Barkley, 6 carries for 30 yards, 5.0 yards a carry, 0 touchdowns. So Barkley didn't really get too many carries in this game. He did contribute, like I said, on that only touchdown the Eagles scored in the second half, the only points they scored in the second half, other than the extra point. A.J. Dillon, 2 carries for 12 yards, 6.0 average a carry. Jalen Hurts, 2 carries for 3 yards, 1.5 average a carry. Will Shipley, 1 carry. Devontae Smith had a very good game. 8 catches for 114 yards, 14.2 average a catch. Saquon Barkley, 3 catches for 58 yards, 19.0 average a catch. That touchdown I was talking about. AJ Brown going up against Patrick Surtain. I knew going up against Patrick Surtain, he was going to win a couple battles with Surtain, and Surtain was going to win some himself. Surtain, I give him props. Like I said, the best corner in the game in my opinion. But AJ Brown had 5 catches for 43 yards, 8.6 average yards a catch. Jahan Dotson, 1 catch for 24 yards. Dallas Goedert, 3 catches for 19 yards, 6.3 average a catch. 1 touchdown by Dallas Goedert. Grant Calcaterra, 2 catches for 18 yards, 9.0 average a catch. Will Shipley, 1 catch for 4 yards. Zach Bond, 7 tackles, 5 tackle assists. He had a sack. Jahad Campbell, 6 tackles, 5 tackle assists. Keely Ringo, who made a couple plays in this game, but then he also gave up a couple plays as well. 6 tackles. Quinyon Mitchell, another solid game for Quinyon Mitchell, 5 tackles, 2 tackle assists. Andrew Makuba, 4 tackles, 2 tackle assists. Cooper DeJean, 2 tackles, 1 tackle assist. Moro Ujomo, 2 tackles, 2 tackle assist. Reed Blankenship, 2 tackles, 1 tackle assist. Justin Usay, 2 tackles. Jalen Carter, 1 tackle, 3 tackle assist. Zadarius Smith, 1 tackle, 2 tackle assist. He also had a sack. Aziz Olajari, 1 tackle, 1 tackle assist. OG Larry, excuse me. My apologies on that one. Jordan Davis, 1 tackle, 1 tackle assist. Cameron Ladu, 1 tackle assist. Sidney Brown, 1 tackle assist. Byron Young, 1 tackle assist. Jalen Hunt, 1 tackle assist. Kick returns, Will Shipley, 3 returns for 86 yards, 28.7 average a punt. Tank Bigsby, two punt returns for 44 yards, 22.0 average a return. Jahan Dawson, 1 return for 15 yards, 15.0 average a return. Jake Elliott, 1 for 1, 100%. 31 was his 31-yard field goal, 5 points scored. Braden Mann, 7 punts for 359 yards, 51.3 average a punt. And that's something you don't want. You don't want your damn punter out there kicking the ball 7 times a game. That right there is a recipe for disaster. Braden Mann should not have been out there punting the ball 7 times in this game. And that, like I said, that's a difference maker. When your offense is not able to sustain drives and score points, and and you constantly bring your punter out there, your defensive interest is gonna get tired. And that right there is unacceptable, and that's something that needs to be cleaned up by Thursday night. Because, like I said, Braden Mann should not have been. He should not have 359 yards of punting. Punt yards. That is not good. Going over the overview here. Quick little overview of this game, if I can find it. When it comes to total yards, the Broncos had more total yards, 358 total yards of offense. Eagles had 302 yards of offense. Passing yards, the Eagles won that battle, 280 yards passing by Jalen Hurts. 240 yards for the Broncos. Rushing yards, the Broncos won that battle, 130 yards rushing. Only 45 yards rushing by the Eagles. Yards per play, 5.1 by the Broncos. Eagles had 5.5. First downs, 23 by the Broncos, 16 by the Eagles. Not good. Third down efficiency, not good. 5 for 15 for the Broncos, 2 for 11 for the Eagles. Fourth down efficiency, both teams were 0 for 0, even though the Eagles converted on that damn 4th down, but it got called back because of a penalty. Total plays ran, not good. Broncos won that, 70 plays ran. Eagles, 55 plays ran. Total sacks allowed, Broncos allowed 2. Eagles allowed 6. Although 2 or 3 of those were Jalen Hurts trying to make something happen and end up running out of bounds for a loss of yards. They still go down in sacks though. Punts, both teams, surprisingly punted the ball 7 times in this game. Surprisingly. But like I said, the Eagles, that's not good that you have Braden Mann out there 7 times punting. But penalties, the Broncos committed 12 for 121 yards. Eagles committed 9 for 55 yards. So I was a little bit surprised when I saw that the Broncos committed more penalties. But at the same time, those penalties the Eagles committed, just unacceptable penalties. You shoot yourselves in the leg with that. Neither team committed a fumble. Neither team threw an interception. This is not good right here. Broncos held the ball for 34 minutes and 17 seconds. Eagles held it for 25 minutes and 43 seconds. So, Eagles losing the battle of time possession, not good. Not good at all. I'm not even mad. Like, I'm not gonna, if you was expecting me to come on here and rant and stuff, I'm not mad where I'm ranting. I'm just disappointed because this is a game the Eagles had and they let it slip away. They let it slip away, and there's no other way to put it. They had this game won, and they let it get away. Like I said, I give props to the Broncos. They, like I said, they're an up and coming team. Bo Nix is only gonna get better as time goes on. So, I give respect where it's due at, but at the same time, you can't just commit penalties in crucial moments. And even with all those penalties, even when the Broncos went up 21-17, the Eagles still had a shot. You know, the defense was able to hold them to a field goal there. Eagles get the ball 1 minute some change on the clock. The first play of that drive, Jalen Hurts takes a sack. So, yeah, disappointed. Next play, you know, Jalen Hurts completes a short pass, you know, gets some yards. Next play, Jalen Hurts goes downfield, finds Jahan Dotson for a first down. Play after that, I believe he tried to go deep for Dallas Goedert. Was it Dallas Goedert? I'm trying to remember who it was. Cause there was a penalty on that play that helped the Eagles get downfield a little bit. But then, like I said, he tried to go for Dallas Goedert, and the Eagles, that could have easily been a penalty for the Eagles, but the referees did not throw the flag. They chose not to. It is what it is. Last play of the game, Jalen Hurts has to heave it to the end zone, and it had a chance. You know, you had A.J. Brown, you had Devontae Smith, both of them in that area. It had a chance. It had potential, you know, for one of those guys to come down with it, but that was not the case. It was not meant to be, obviously. So while I'm disappointed, I'm not mad. You know, I'm always gonna be disappointed when you lose a game, because I don't like to lose. You know, but you gotta understand. No, you're not gonna win every game. You're not gonna win every single game you play. You know, hopefully this is a early season hiccup that the Eagles take it. They learn from it. You know, we have to have. Sometimes we always have to have those moments. You know, where you have those hiccups. You know, throughout the season, and they just make you a better team. So fingers crossed, this is one of those hiccups. And you know, I'm not expecting the Eagles to win every single game from here on out. In this regular season, I expect them to drop another game or two. That's just how it go in the NFL. So, you know, I saw this as a game the Eagles could drop, and you know, I believe the Eagles were going to win this game, but I did see it as a game the Eagles could potentially drop, and they did. Here's the scoring overview real quick. With 6 minutes and 49 seconds in the first quarter, Will Lutz with a 55-yard field goal, 3-0 Broncos. With 29 seconds in the first quarter, Jake Elliott with the 31-yard field goal, 3-3 tie game. Second quarter, with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, after a beautiful deep pass for Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith to set it up on that drive, Dallas Goedert called a 2-yard touchdown pass for Jalen Hurts. Jake Elliott with the extra point. It is now 10-3 Eagles. And the last score by the Eagles in this game in the third quarter, with 13 minutes and 23 seconds left on the clock, Saquon Barkley with a 47-yard deep pass from Jalen Hurts. Jake Elliott with the extra point. 17-3 Eagles. And after that, Eagles offense got way too conservative. A bunch of missed shots downfield that hurt them. And then, of course, just penalties after penalties after penalties that just shot themselves in the foot. J.K. Dobbins with a 2-yard run. Will Lutz extra point is good. That was with 13 minutes, 11 seconds on the clock. 10-17 Eagles. And then with 7 minutes and 38 seconds left on the clock, Evan Ingram, former Giants tight end, 11-yard touchdown pass for Bo Nix. Sean Payton decides to be aggressive, goes for the extra point. Troy Franklin called a two-point conversion pass from Bo Nix. 18-17 Broncos. And then the final score of the game, the final score of either team in the game, with a 1 minute and 11 seconds left on the clock, Will Lutz a 36-yard field goal, 21-17 is the final score. Like I said, man, disappointing, very disappointing, because the Eagles had their opportunities. This is a game the Eagles let get away from them. But you know, hopefully it's a learning curve. It's a wake up call, and you know they fixed the problems that they made in this game, and they make sure that against the Giants on Thursday night they don't repeat those mistakes. Because if you repeat the same mistakes you made in this game, the Giants can very well win that game. So don't sleep on the Giants. I don't sleep on any opponent. Like I said again, Congratulations to the Denver Broncos, to their fans. There's nothing but respect here. No hate whatsoever for the Broncos. Congratulations to you guys. I wish you guys the best of luck the rest of the way for for your season. As for my Eagles, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and we gotta go to MetLife Stadium on Thursday night. Jason Dart, Dart, the quarterback of the New York Giants, we definitely got a challenge ahead of us. So they lost today, but I'm not sleeping on them. They are a division rival, and the Giants tend to play the Eagles competitively. So we'll see what happens on Thursday night. Go ahead and wrap this thing up. Again, congratulations to the Denver Broncos. Congratulations to the Broncos fans. Eagles are 4-1 on the season, so we still are sitting pretty high. We're still sitting very well. Still sitting on top of the NFC East right now. We just gotta make sure we handle business on Thursday night. But as always, go Birds. Spunky 1991 is out of here. Fly go fly. Peace.
That's all, folks.